Hi everyone, my name's Dana Haynes, artist by design. I'm an artist. I've been an artist since I was old enough to hold a crayon, as far back as I can remember. I started with the foundations of drawing. I worked into watercolor, then acrylic. In 1996, while I was pregnant with my son, I decided I wanted to learn to draw on a computer. I bought Corel, started out in Corel, bought a tablet, and started the long struggle of learning how to draw with a mouse. Then I had to figure out how to actually get it on the web, so I had to teach myself HTML, and that morphed into a website that morphed into a 5-year thing. The website stayed on the top 5 of Google the entire time that I was working on it, but in 2001 I decided that I wanted to get serious about programming and went back to college for it. Now back then they didn't have degrees in graphic design or web design. They didn't even have, webmaster degree or anything like that. You had to learn everything from bare bones hardware to all the other end of the spectrum in software. The problem with it was out of date. I'd already kind of taught myself basically what I was already learning, and I was getting behind on the web stuff. So I dropped the website. I took a data entry job, got frustrated with that because it didn't pay enough, and then a company came in and bought them out and lowered our pay, and I quit. I went back into management, which I've been in my whole life, and then around through 2009, my grandmother passed away, and shortly after, my dad passed away. My grandmother was probably my best friend. Well, I know she was my best friend, and basically it made me sit and reevaluate what I was doing with my life, because she supported me so much with you can do it, and basically made me sit down and make a list of things I prioritized in life, and art was one of them. So I got serious about art again because I knew she wouldn't want me to give up. Basically, she was my art teacher when I was young. I mean, those Raj shows that you watch, she used to sit and watch with me. She was an oil painter. I mean, she had a huge impact on my life, and I knew she wouldn't want me to quit. So I basically pulled out my toys and started doing fractal art. So I decided I was going to do one piece of art per day for a year straight and see where it took me. About that time, print sites were coming out, so you could upload your art and people could print them up automatically. I started out on ImageKind. I went to Fine Art America. I also went to Redbubble, and I kind of decided on Redbubble. So somewhere around 2010, I got offered a studio management job, basically doing photography, which I really hadn't done since high school, but I had the digital background and management skills to get the job. So I learned on the job. It was interesting. I learned sales. I learned basically the art of selling. I got really good at it. I really loved this job. I was like a pig in mud. I mean, it was perfect for me. I got to be active. I wasn't stuck behind my computer 24/7. It was a nice balance between moving and being still and getting art done. So I was pretty happy and content. And I've been doing that pretty much since. So that 10 years. So a couple of years ago, I had a breast cancer scare. I wasn't quite sure what was going on. Then we found out it was my thyroid, and now we've narrowed it down to it's Hashimoto. I hope I'm saying that right. Disease. So photography is not something that I can do like I could. I can't move around like I used to, but my head's pretty clear and I can still do art. So about a year ago, I started cleaning up all my social sites and art sites, and where did I leave off, and what am I going to do, and art's still very therapeutic for me, so this is where I am currently. So I took a look around and came to the realization that I have over 10,000 products designed already, and more that I want to bring in. You can take a look on Pinterest. You can follow my projects, what I have in mind of doing, and I have a creative tab. So all my research basically goes in there and to promote other artists. I used to train the photographers in our district, and I helped out with the regional management for a while. So I'm thinking that my YouTube channel is going to be about teaching others things I know, and that's a wide range of things that I've have kind of mapped out on Pinterest. If you have any questions, you're free to ask me, and I'll maybe do a video on it. If you take a look, you can see there's a lot of projects that I still want to do. Even in photography, I'm replacing my whole portfolio because another company owned it. So there are tons of things that I want to do, and I hope my health gets back to where I can actually do photo shoots again. But what I've realized is I can still do what I've always done, which is art, design, photography, multimedia, and teaching others, which I enjoy immensely. So that is what this channel is going to be about, and I'll also include videos of my artwork. The takeaway is basically I've learned a lot about the business of art over the course of the last 21 years since I started doing programming, and have a lot to give still. I mean, health problems aside, there's still plenty of things for me to do and still inspire to, and I hope you join me.